For my goal to get this car more enjoyable to drive, I show how to replace your old speakers with new Rodney Dickman speakers in a Pontiac Fiero. Be sure to thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I'll respond to any comment with questions. The speakers I have are not bad, they're not blown or anything, but they don't sound that great either. Rodney Dickman offers some what he claims is better than OEM quality speakers, and these are some kind of tougher sizes to find of speakers. I know if I go with the Rodney Dickman part, it's going to fit up good. The fronts are a dual cone 8 ohm 4x10 inch speaker, as opposed to a 10 ohm from the factory. The rears are a 4x6 4 ohm, just like the factory. Rodney also offers a subwoofer, but my car does not have an amplifier for that. So we want to be very careful with this, and I'm going to take the smallest mini screwdriver I can find to pry up this speaker panel here. You do not want to crack the dashboard, and you do not want to rip the cloth on the speaker cover. Take it very easy. There are 4 7mm screws. I'd recommend getting to them with a thin profile socket wrench. You might want to just use the socket itself to turn, then it should just pop right out. You might want to take the time to wipe out the socket here. Mine's a bit dirty. Just don't use any sort of acetone or anything like that, because you will discolor the plastic. So mine has been touched before. Whoever did this, on my other side, I pulled one of these right off, so make sure you give all these a good tug after you're done crimping them if you choose to use these. Giving that one a good pull, actually just released it, so that was not crimped very well. These blue pin and socket adapters here, I think are the wrong size for this wire gauge, so I'm going to go down to the red. The guy that last had this car put some 4 ohm speakers inside. What that caused was the rear and the front to not be balanced, and I would have to fade it to the rear quite a bit to get an even tone. Mismatched speaker resistance too much. You could overdrive your amplifier and fry it. Rodney claims to offer 8 ohms because you could get away with using the factory radio and maybe a newer radio too. There are differences in the polarity. There's a small pin and a large pin on these. So if you don't know the polarity, here's a simple trick. Take a AA battery and connect the one end to one side and the other end to the other side of your speakers. And if the cone comes out, then it's hooked up correctly and positive is on positive. You see the cone comes out there. Then on these speakers, the positive terminal is the large spade connector. On the passenger side front, the light green is the positive. On the driver's side, the positive is tan. On the rear driver's side, the positive is actually brown. On the passenger side rear, the dark blue cable seems to be the positive one. If you don't hook up each speaker in the same exact way and you get one polarity reversed, you could cancel out the sound waves coming out of each speaker and it would sound really bad. These terminals are labeled. The rear terminals are the same size, but they are labeled too. These aren't the best, but if you want to make an easy crimp style connection, pick up one of these kits here. This is a couple of bucks on Amazon. The link is in the description. And then this one includes a pin and a socket style crimped connection. All you got to do is take some wire cutters, slide the connector onto the end after stripping it, and use the appropriate color crimp to just crush it onto the end of the wire. Now always make sure to give these a little bit of a tug to make sure they're crimped on there very solid. I've got these baffles here that are supposed to help make it sound a lot clearer when there's a lot of high noises around in the background. They're only a couple of dollars. I saw these on a Last Not Forgotten video. Go check out his channel because it inspired me to do most of my engine stuff with my car. Now I'm going to cut and trim my foam baffling, and I'm going to razor blade off some excess around some corners. I might mark them before I do that. This is the best I could get it. It does bunch up a little bit, but I think that's going to be all right as long as it seals. The dark green appears to be the minus and the light green appears to be the positive. I'm just going to screw right through this baffling and then reinstall all my hardware. Then move the seat forward to get out of the way. First, the seatbelt cover just kind of pops off and you can swing it up. I got away with using a T47 Torx bit screwdriver head. Then there's a Phillips head screw in your door jamb area. Before pulling this back, get some paper towels or something handy, and you're going to want to pull this down
because there's a bunch of black tar behind this thing and you don't want to smear it all over your headliner or anything else.
So now I'm just going to pry down on this carefully as I can, trying not to touch the plastic to the headliner at all.
Just set that to the side for now. Mine does not have as much tar as a factory one because my speakers have been changed before.
The bottom of this trim appears to be overlapped by another trim piece in here. Mine is already loose. There's a screw right here that you can take out, so that shouldn't get in the way.
The stock Fiera would have 3 7mm screws to pull out. So this little mount is directional. It is raised on one side to point the speaker towards your head.
This old speaker that came out has a tweeter. So this speaker insert that goes around is directional. It says the direction here at the top and then which side it is. You just slide the speaker into the proper notch. Be sure to get your cables out of the way. Pulled through this notch that they have. Here I was again able to pull off the crimped connection, so I re-crimped some more. There's 3 screws in these guys, 1 on the bottom and 2 on the tops. You may want to make sure you zip tie your wires and secure them somewhere too. So I did get a little bit of black goo on the headliner, but all I did was I took some Goo Gone and I dabbed it off, and then I dried it with a clean white cloth, and it seemed to work really good. Took it right off. Make sure you dab and you don't rub, because you don't want to rub it into the fabric. Well, that's it for this video. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll respond to every comment, and if you'd like to support more videos like these, the link is in the description.